Is it gonna work? You gotta move over. Oh, that thing was. Okay. 4 minutes. Put it ready?
You know it.
Partner, audience. Okay. I will start my time now. My partner and I stand on the affirming side of the following resolution. Resolve, the United States federal government should fully fund universal health care coverage. The miracle of life is a gift given 4.3 times every second, and is a gift that we as a people must fight to protect. A government's main duties are to protect its people and its country. We believe that the winner of this debate is the side that proves the best protection for the people and for the country. Now that we've set the weighing mechanism and explained why, let's move on to definitions. Our only one being universal healthcare coverage, an organized healthcare system that provides healthcare with its basic benefits to all people in the acknowledged region. Let's dive right into our first contention, which is that universal healthcare coverage gets rid of the need of middlemen, insurance companies. Health insurance companies, in turn for paying certain amounts for users to get health insurance, charge users fees, including deductibles, co-payments, and premiums. According to Medical Mutual, a premium is an amount of money charged by insurance companies for a plan you choose, usually paid on a monthly basis. A deductible is a set amount you have to pay every year towards your medical bills before insurance companies start paying. A co-insurance or a co-payment is a flat fee you pay every time you go to the doctor. These extra fees will not be necessary on the universal healthcare coverage system, thus resulting in one of two things, if not both. 1, more money in the people's pockets, and or 2, more money in the people actually providing healthcare that they are paying for in the first place. Overall, making our healthcare system more effective and more efficient. On to our second contention. Healthcare coverage is a universal right. Many people argue that it's not, and my opponents will most likely as well. However, I am here to tell you that it is, and I have 2 points to support my reasoning. 1, according to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 3, it is established that everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. I would also like to bring to attention that the UDHR Article 2 states, everyone is entitled to all rights and freedoms and set forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or other status. If this isn't enough, let's take a look at a theory known as the Veil of Ignorance, created by John Rawls in 1971 after World War II. I would ask my opponents and the audience to participate. Within the scope of this philosophy, participants know nothing about their class, social, or political status, tastes, or interests, and must make a morally correct decision. Using this theory, it makes it easy to sort through all the muck in order to do what is right, to deem healthcare coverage as a right. On to our third contention. Universal healthcare coverage helps fight poverty. In 2016, during a study done by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, it was found that per capita, the U.S. spends more than twice the overall average of other developed countries, the exact amount being $9,024 and the average $3,620. According to the World Health Organization, on average, about 32% of each country's expenditure on health services is paid by the citizens. This unreasonably high rates are forcing people from the middle class into poverty or from poor to poorer. Not only does this affect the people, but the economy, thus affecting the country. The less people with health care, the more people have to take off due to illnesses, resulting in less work getting done and thus weakening our economy. In addition to our status quo healthcare system pushing people into poverty, it has been proven that poverty is both a cause and consequence of poor health. How is it a cause? Well, if a person is poor, they most likely cannot afford the necessary contributors to good health, including healthcare coverage. How is it a consequence? According to the Health Poverty Action Organization, overcrowded and poor living conditions can contribute to the spread of airborne diseases such as tuberculosis and respiratory infections such as pneumonia. According to World Health Organization, each year 100 million people are pushed into poverty and 150 million suffer financial catastrophe because of out-of-pocket expenditure on health services. Universal healthcare coverage would give us a chance to kill all these birds with just one stone. Why does this matter? Well, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Therefore, our economy is only strong as our weakest pieces. It is for these reasons that we strongly urge a pro ballot. I stand ready for cross-examination.
Contact? And you're going to hate me, by the way. Just saying.
Okay, 1 minute.
All right, let's start the time now. So you said your weighing mechanism was best protection for people. Is this really any different from utilitarianism, net benefits?
You can agree on that.
All right, net benefits. Sounds good to me. What was the impact for your first contention?
My impact was getting rid of the need for insurance companies, which
So people have more money, right?
I didn't necessarily say that.
Oh,
you want me to say what I said?
Oh, sure. What's the impact? Just the
I
impact.
said that either people will have more money, the people paying, or The people providing the actual help will have more money.
Okay, sounds good to me. How about your impact for your second contention?
My impact for my second condition was proving that healthcare coverage is a universal right, thus verifying our case, which is that everybody should have healthcare coverage.
So, okay, let's move on to your third contention. What's the impact for that?
Our third contention is that universal healthcare coverage would help fight poverty, thus strengthening our economy.
So that saves lives?
I said strengthening our economy.
Does it also save lives, though?
I said strengthening our economy.
But does it save lives as well? Yes or no?
I said strengthening our economy, but if you want to say that it saves lives, let's go with that.
Sounds good to me. Those are all very strong contentions.
Next time.
And let's go into my speech.
Okay, Comcast, you ready?
Oh, you know it. Okay, let's get a timer. Oh, sure. That sounds good too. Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, I've been waiting to say this since the beginning of this camp, and now I get now I finally get to say my case here.
Oh dear. This is going to go downhill so quick.
Let's start the time
Running behind. Yes.
now. Hello, everyone. Let's get this debate on. Today, I'm going to prove to you why even the harsh rules of debate can be abused too. So without further ado, I will now explain those rules to you. It is burdens which I will explain first. Some say that this part is the worst. The Aff has to argue the resolution, whereas the Neg can use any other solution. This is a rule of debate which is abused across the state. So let's move on to the case so we aren't late and get this argument off our plate. My opponent brings up great contentions, which all have the very best intentions. So to all their impacts, we agree. So yes, we can do my opponent's plan. And why don't we do it just across all land? The universal healthcare is so great. So why must we make the rest of the world wait? Let's implement universal healthcare to other countries too. So my opponents are spread to more instead of few. How will we accomplish our goal? Because after all, the Neg wants their plan, but across the globe. What we will do to get this plan through is make a new world order, a single entity that will rule every country from border to border. And we will implement free healthcare to every single country. And we know this plan does sound funky. But everyone in the world would have medicine, and the world president would be Hillary Clinton. This plan is allowed because of the burdens of debate, which is one of the advantages of having to negate. And as the previously mentioned burdens did state, my opponent is bound to just the US, while I can give healthcare to the rest. So my opponent's impacts are outweighed. It was their own arguments that ruined their day. As we can give free healthcare to everyone, my opponent gives it to just US citizens. So basically, yeah. You guys want to clap with me?
Hey, back. Wait, slap it. Do you want prep time or are you ready for prep?
Wait, you got it.
Okay, well then, okay, I got this.
I almost tried unlocking your phone with the fingerprint scanner.
Oh, okay.
Okay, why don't well, there we go.
1 minute?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you know it.
Okay, I will do my time now. Can you please state the resolution?
Okay, the resolution is the United States healthcare.
Yeah, what
the
are
United
those
States
first
government will
words?
fully fund a universal healthcare system.
What are those first 2 words of the resolution?
The United States government, but the negation
United
is not.
States.
The negation is not bound to the resolution, whereas the affirmation is. That is a burden of debate, which I clearly stated in my case. 3 times.
Okay. So, aren't you supposed to be proving that we should not be doing this in the United States?
I'm saying we should do it in the United States.
Wait, can you repeat the
as
resolution
well
one
as
more
the
time?
The United States government should fully fund a universal health care
So the
system.
opposite of that is the United States government should not fully fund universal health
The
care.
negation is not bound to say the opposite. They're just bound to prove the Aff wrong. And I did. Or outweigh the Aff, more importantly. And I did.
How did you outweigh the app?
Because I'm applying it across the world. All of your benefits are not mutually exclusive.
How do you know that the benefits would happen in other countries?
Because
do you know that?
I'm using your logic for all the other countries.
Okay, but the United States and other countries aren't the same. What is your evidence that it will be the exact same in other countries?
Because they have people as well, and they need healthcare
okay, do they
too.
have the same population, the same government systems?
No, clearly
Okay,
not.
thank
But
you.
that's why we're establishing
We're
a
done.
world order. With Hillary Clinton, just saying. Oh yeah, attack speech.
You done your prep time?
No, I probably don't need that. I'm just gonna make it up on the fly.
Everyone.
Could I your phone
yes.
as a timer?
I love this.
This is amazing. Okay. Let's
Yo.
start the time now. So in my case, I'm going to prove to you why not. I'm going to agree with my opponent's case, and then I'm further going to prove why I still won this debate. So my opponent has great impacts, which I clearly stated in my cross-examinations. Awesome impacts, agree with them all. So we're just going to do it across the world because they're not mutually exclusive. And they did not state in any way how they were mutually exclusive, nor does their weighing mechanism make it so it's exclusive just to the United States. So the negations plan completely works across all countries. Besides, we get Hillary Clinton as our world president. Hey, maybe you guys want Gary Johnson. How about that? Yeah, Gary Johnson. All right, anyways, oh no, the phone, all right. So let's move on to our, why I won this debate. So my opponent brought up impacts. I just outweighed them all because I'm giving it to everyone. That's basically it for how I outweighed them, and basically a lot better than they are in that regard. So my impacts are better because they're applied to more people. They're not mutually exclusive, and therefore, also I rhymed in my case. I could be a rapper when I grow up. I feel like Eminem. So with that, my dudes, let's finish off this debate. We can clearly see that the negation has already won due to those burdens. Thank you.
Yo, DJ Jacob, let me
Okay, class.
And y'all go one.
Almost done.
like a tap.
Don't you need it?
Yeah, but timer, set to 1. Oh yeah, we can do the timer to there. Don't use Apple that much.
Okay, are you ready?
My mouth hurts from smiling, but yes.
Okay, I will start my time now. Can you restate the resolution, please?
Oh my gosh, you guys just don't
Okay, you're
stop.
wasting my time. Can you restate the resolution,
The United
please?
States federal government should fully fund a universal healthcare system.
That's good. And where does it say that we're changing presidents? in the
Where does
resolution?
it?
Where does it say that?
The neg is not bound to the resolution.
So you're not bound to the resolution, then why are we here?
Then why are we here? To debate.
Okay. Have you ever, perhaps, maybe, you were spent too much time rhyming and didn't think about how it's not economically feasible for the United States to fund the whole world?
Yeah,
Is that possible?
we'll just have more funding and more taxes from everyone. We can tax more people now.
So how would it work that the taxes from around the world would go all to the United States government?
No, it wouldn't go to the United States government. It'll be like a
But
whole
those-
new
but that's-
government
that's the
with Hillary Clinton as president. We're just thinking of this as a safety net. So the private citizens could go to their own country's healthcare system if they really want to, but we're just going to do it as a safety net, like the Red Cross sort of thing, where you come to us and we'll
Okay, but
give you
does the
healthcare.
Red Cross tax?
I'm not too sure, but we still will charge taxes, yes.
So how are you going to compare the two if, times that?
My dude. Oh man, I love this.
Okay, and so just before I start, I would like to say that that was an amazing speech. I think everyone thought that that was incredible, and
I certainly did.
it is quite hard to refute, but I am about to try my best. And with that, I will begin my time now. Okay, so basically the only argument that my opponent has in his entire case is that our case is, quite frankly, amazing, and that we should go off of our own impacts but spread it to the entire world. Well, of course he's right about one thing. Our case is amazing. We have proven that the United States federal government should fully fund universal health care in the United States because it is beneficial to the citizens of the United States. Unfortunately, when he was too busy rhyming, as my partner said, he completely forgot about the fact that the resolution does still say that the United States federal government is fully funding it. The United States federal government cannot fully fund anything including universal health care, for the entire world. That is not economically feasible. Not only that, but he also didn't take into consideration the fact that our impact, the impacts outweigh economically, as I just stated. And also because the resolution has nothing to do with Hillary Clinton or making a world president. That doesn't really make any sense, so just drop that part of the case as well. Not only that, but our impacts do apply exclusively to the United States, because as I already stated in crossfire with my opponent, the United States and other countries are not the same, and they're not similar. The United States, as my opponent agreed to, has different government, different population. It has different everything from every single other country in the entire world. You can't compare every single country to the United States, and therefore you can't compare the impacts that we have in our case to other countries in the United States. And since my opponent's entire case falls because he wasn't able to apply the impacts to the entire world, the pro side of this debate wins. Thank you.
Final process. 1 minute.
Aaron, let's talk. Why don't we start the time now? So let's talk about the resolution. I stated multiple times in my case that the Neg is not bound to the resolution. Why
Yes,
do you
I'm
keep
aware
on
of
forgetting
that.
about this point? So by
I'm not
what?
forgetting about that point, but you're forgetting about the economical.
Why don't we talk about that? Why don't we talk about it applying to the U.S.?
Okay.
You said this only applies to the U.S. Do you have any evidence for this only working in the United States?
I don't need evidence. I need common sense, as you already agreed to. In
Do
your
taxes work in
crossfire-
other countries?
Hold up. If you would let me finish my answer, maybe I'd get to that. As I already stated, the other countries
Let's
are
talk
not.
about, do taxes
As I
work in
already
other
stated-
countries? I want to talk about that. Let's talk about that. Do taxes
That
work in other
doesn't matter.
Do other people in other countries need healthcare? Do other people in other countries need healthcare?
Yes, and other
Yes,
countries-
okay.
other countries
So
have
how are they
healthcare.
different? How are they different? We want a safety
Because
net here,
other
ladies
countries
and
are different from
gentlemen.
the U.S.,
Let's
as I
stop
already
the
stated in my
timer.
last speech.
Good job, you guys.
I had no clue that was coming. Okay, we're gonna wrap up and head over. I just want to say one last thing about the debaters and all of the parents. So I started a debate in 2006, 11 years ago, and it was probably the best decision I've ever made. I don't care if you go on and continue to debate, but if you keep looking at public speaking as a skill that's going to get you somewhere in life, either be it advocacy, business, science, STEM, I'm serious, guys. This is something that I think will transform your life. Debate changes the way you think. It changes the way you write. It's something that you can use to actually make change in the world. And I think because of the teammates I had, because of I got a full scholarship in college because of debate, it is something that you could really use to your advantage. And I know a lot of you are musicians, a lot of you are in theater, a lot of you will be politicians or lawyers. You can use this in any format. Persuasive arguments are really, really important. We're in a time where there's not a lot of evidence being out there in the world of public ideas. There's a lot of animosity. So I think if you're out there to be able to slow things down, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, and say, look, where are your facts? Where's your reason? I think you're going to change some lives. And you guys are super smart. You're all amazing speakers. Some of you came with no experience in debate, and look at you now. I'm super impressed, and I think you guys are going to do some great things.